Job was a wealthy and righteous man who lived in the land of Uz. He was known for his integrity, his reverence for God, and his care for his family. The Bible describes him as blameless and upright, one who feared God and shunned evil. Job 1:1. In the heavenly court, Satan argues that Job is faithful only because God has blessed him with wealth, health, and family. Satan claims that if those blessings are taken away, Job will curse God. God allows Satan to test Job, but only within limits that God sets. Job's great losses. In a single devastating period, Job loses his oxen, donkeys, sheep, and camels, many of his servants, all 10 of his children, who die when a house collapses during a feast. Despite these tragedies, Job responds by worshiping God and saying, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job 1:21. Satan is then allowed to afflict Job with painful sores from head to toe. Job suffers intense physical pain. Even Job's wife tells him, "Curse God and die." But Job replies, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, come to comfort him. At first, they sit with him in silence for 7 days. Later, they insist that Job must have committed some hidden sin to deserve such suffering. Job maintains his innocence and longs for God to answer him. A younger man named Elihu also speaks, urging Job to trust God's wisdom. Finally, God answers Job from a whirlwind. Rather than explaining the reason for Job's suffering, God asks Job a series of questions about the creation of the world, showing his infinite wisdom and power. Job realizes that God's understanding is far greater than human understanding. He humbly repents of questioning God's wisdom. Because Job remained faithful, God restores him. God restores Job's health, gives him twice as much wealth as before, blesses him with 7 sons and 3 daughters, grants him many more years of life, allowing him to see several generations of his descendants. Lessons from Job. Faith does not guarantee a life without suffering. Difficult circumstances are not always the result of personal sin. God remains sovereign even when his purposes are beyond our understanding. Trusting God in hardship can deepen faith. God is compassionate and ultimately brings hope and restoration.